Here's a recipe from the CBS New York Book Club. Take 3 best-selling authors, add a book within a book concept, a sense of humor about the publishing industry, and a murder mystery, and you have the new novel, The Author's Guide to Murder by Beatriz Williams, Lauren Willig, and Karen White. Beatriz and Lauren join us now. Welcome. Congratulations on the new book.
Thank you.
So all of you successful authors in your own right in historical fiction, but I cannot wait to hear how this team came together. Beatriz, how did this come about?
Well, honestly, it's kind of the age-old story. 3 authors walk into a bar. No, we had known each other already on just that kind of writer circuit, and it was the last day of the conference, and we were saying, this is so fun hanging out together. Wouldn't it be fun to write a book together? And then our publisher could send us on book tour together.
And pay our bar bill.
Yes, which was rapidly growing, I think, at that point.
And it worked. I mean, pretty remarkable and so successful. The Author's Guide to Murder is about 3 authors who join forces to write a book, and they are on this research trip to Scotland. I see the plaid. Perfect. Very on theme. They actually don't like each other, from what I understand. To tell us about the book and how this idea came about.
Well, this all started, we were working on revising our previous book, The Lost Summers of Newport, and taking a caffeine and cookie break. And we were laughing over how whenever we're on tour, someone in the audience will pop up and say, you can tell me the truth. You really hate each other, don't you? And we'll be like, yeah, you can tell we can't stand each other, because we really are best friends. But we sat there over a little too much caffeine and said, what if? What if there were 3 authors who really did hate each other and who were put together like the Spice Girls? And what if we put them in a castle in Scotland? And what if
there was a murder mystery?
It's the perfect setting and the perfect concept for a book. Beatriz, it is hard enough for one person to write a book, but how in the world do you do this together?
It's so funny because it's not like we ever sat down and said, okay, this should be our process. The first book we did together, I think we were just thinking, well, this will be fun. We'll have a good time, you know, trying to write a book together. But we just started brainstorming, and it was such a magical process. We were just supporting each other's ideas, and before we knew it, we had outlined this book, the characters in the book. Then we each pick one of the characters, and we write it round robin. So it goes from sort of character 1, character 2, character 3, then chapter 4 is character 1 again, and we just go round robin. So we're reading what the other person's written. We write our chapter according to our outline, and just kind of chat with each other by text to make sure, you know, all the edges are smoothed out.
I love it. Do you put some of your own personality into your character?
Well, you know, what we love doing, because we've all written lots of books on our own, and when you've written a lot of books, you kind of get typed, and often you get put into a certain style of character or writing. But when we're writing together, and we're writing 3 different characters, you can choose to write with type or against type. And so sometimes when we're writing together, we pick the characters who are wildly different from ourselves and what we usually do, and we never tell anyone who wrote what.
Oh, really?
It's our secret.
Oh,
Exactly.
Now I really want to dig in, try to figure it out.
Well, after a few drinks, yeah, you might get out of us.
So this is your 5th book together. Are you planning a 6th?
We absolutely are, but we can't release any details of that. But we do, I think the thing we like to do at the end of the book tour is start planning the next book, because we have to keep this going. I mean, I think the great thing about this friendship is it keeps getting stronger with each book. So we're planning our plotting out weekend for end of January, and you know,
right, we call
another great book.
We call our time together Vitamin W. It's our therapy, and it's a wonderful side effect that we happen to get a book out of it every time.
This is amazing. And the next time you're at the bar, I want an invite. That sounds delicious.
Well, we do say that the 4th W is wine.
Wait, I thought it was work.
Work, work, work.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. It's such a pleasure to meet the both of you and get a chance to talk to you about this really fabulous book. It's called The Author's Guide to Murder.